Hey everybody, this is Rose Gonzales with Cali or Bust. And this week we're heading over to Nashville, Tennessee with Tyler Henson. Hey, what's up, Tyler? How are you?
I'm doing great, Rose. How about yourself?
Oh, enjoying the Cali weather, and obviously you are enjoying your weather too.
Yes, absolutely. I
Very
just
cool.
I saw the sun shining and I just couldn't stay inside today.
Oh, I bet. I bet. What's the weather like out there right now?
Let's see. We are sitting at a sunny 72 degrees.
Nice. Okay, that's about the same out here. Very cool.
Yeah.
So Tyler, tell us what's going on in Nashville. What's up with the real estate market out there?
Real estate market is really just like everyone is hearing everywhere. It's really hot. What
Yeah.
we're seeing a trend of this year in particular is everybody's got to have a pool.
Oh
With
yeah.
COVID shutting things down last year and HOAs trying to avoid liabilities, they kept a lot of the community pools closed. So everyone is really hustling to try to get their own private
Backyard
pool.
for the pool.
Yes, because it can get pretty humid in
Yeah.
Nashville in the summers, and everyone wants a place, to cool off, somewhere for the kids to go,
Yeah.
and burn off
I
some
ain't gonna
energy.
lie, I actually was telling my husband too. I'm like, we need a pool.
I get it. I get it. Definitely gives you somewhere to go and
Yeah.
just chill and relax and spend time and be right there at home, no matter what happens. With mandates and COVID and all that stuff, you can be cautious and be home and actually, have a good time all
Yeah.
summer long. So we're
Yeah.
seeing
Yeah.
a real big push to that. We're seeing a lot of people coming in from California, a lot of people. It's really fun to see that they just love the culture here in Nashville and want to be, so much a part of it. And really, I mean, there's so much to love about Nashville, but, I'm sure they're escaping, rising taxes. Uh, Tennessee not having a state income tax is a huge draw. We
Yeah.
hear that from a lot of people. A lot of people coming in from Chicago as
Okay.
well. I think for
So
a
you
lot of
guys
the
are getting
same
an
reasons.
influx of people from California, Chicago. Are there like big companies moving out to Nashville, or
Oh,
what's bringing
definitely.
people there?
I think a lot of it is lower cost of living, lower or no state income tax, and there is a lot of growth happening. So we do have an Amazon facility, office facility coming to
Okay.
downtown Nashville, and it's made a lot of progress. There's so many other businesses and headquarters that are relocating here. Uh, the biggest push I think we've seen is from the work from home people or
Hmm.
the remote workers, where we've seen last year a lot of people transition into work from home positions or remote working positions that can be permanent. People are starting to realize like, hey, we can do this job from home. We have the technology now that we can work as a team and work together without being in the same office. And it's really, it's costing these companies less money in office space. And then
Yeah.
it's allowing people to live anywhere in the country that they want to live. And so a lot of people are exploring Nashville. I know a lot of people are exploring Texas and Florida as well. We're really seeing a lot of people moving into the South. And but Nashville just has so much to offer. We have an exploding culinary scene, and our traffic isn't absolutely horrendous. Like I know
Not
a lot of
yet.
people, not yet, not yet. A lot of people do complain about it, but it's like it's traffic. Like I've been to a lot of cities where traffic is terrible, and I just don't dread driving in Nashville like I do in a lot of those other cities. Of course, maybe
Yeah.
I'm just used to it.
Yeah. So with the real estate market just going crazy as it is there a lot of like multiple offers? Like, are you seeing people having to go, X dollar amount over asking price with no contingencies, or are you guys still seeing contingencies and stuff like that?
It really just depends, and I know that's a really vague answer, but it it's not the standard. I will say we have a lot of houses depending on the location and the price point, that will be multiple offers, no contingency kind of thing. But it's very much possible still to come in and buy a house. We may have to come in at full asking price or close to it, but it's possible to have a normal, I guess you would say, real estate buying or home buying experience here in Nashville. And of course, that depends on the price point.
Right.
Once you get into the 1 million plus, it seems like you have a lot more options, and a lot of buyers coming in from out of state and even in state that are in that price range. But it's just not as competitive, and you have more options. It is a little bit more fun, and of course, compared to a lot of other cities, you can get a lot more for your money here in Nashville.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you guys have a lot of new construction still building up in Nashville, or is it all mostly resale?
A little bit of both. I would say it's probably pretty even. The new constructions really can't keep up with the demand. I mean, that's the name of the game everywhere, of course. But we do have a lot of new construction going up. One thing that's happening in Nashville is it's been happening for several years due to the growth. In a lot of areas, you'll see they do HPRs, which is a horizontal property regime. And basically what that is they'll go in and they'll take an older home that has a wide footprint on a pretty good sized lot, and they'll rezone that so that they can put two homes, either detached or attached, on that lot, and then the yards be common space. But everyone is so friendly here. They treat their the backyard space gets treated like their own backyard space, and everyone kind of respects that. And so that's one solution that's been happening. Some people call them, tall and skinnies around here is what they're nicknamed. But you really can still get a lot of house, because it still goes deep. And, I guess it's very similar to how tall and how deep, the houses are like in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Bay Area.
Yeah. Very cool. Have you guys seen a little bit of a drop in purchases because rates are going up, or is it still pretty heavily by seller's market out there?
Yeah, we haven't seen it slow down at all. The interest rate is still fantastic. It is going up. It is higher than it was, but we have to understand it's still really cheap to borrow money right now.
Right.
And the house prices are continuously going up. So what we're seeing in Nashville is a projection of about 8 to 12% appreciation from now until the end of the year is what's projected. So people so even though interest rates are going up, they can have a little bit of peace of mind buying in Nashville, knowing that, hey, my home is going to be worth more by the end of this year, which is fantastic.
That's awesome. So what would a price point look like in Nashville, like say for a 4-bedroom home, 2,500 square feet, something like that? Just
gosh,
gauge it from like California to like Nashville, what it would compare to as far as price.
Gosh, it's really going to depend on your neighborhood, through and through, and your finishes. But you should be able to get something like that. Easily for the 500 to 600 range.
Okay, very cool.
And then you can definitely get a really, for under 2 million, you can get a great, 4,500 square feet luxury home out here on like, an acre and a half.
Yeah. How old was that video that your wife did on YouTube?
That was just last summer.
Okay, so I'll put a link below. There's a video that his wife did walking through a $750,000 home in Nashville, and I love that video. So I'll put a link below so people can check it out. I that'll kind of give people a good sense of what the land looks like out in Nashville too.
Well, that was actually south of Nashville. So as you go further south and outside of Nashville, within a drive distance, so. When people are coming from California, I like to give them drive time and not miles.
Okay.
because I know I know that it's different, everywhere. So that house is probably about an hour and 10 minutes from downtown Nashville, maybe an hour
Okay.
15, depending on traffic. And it was at 750,000. It was like 5,000 square feet
It was
and
cool.
15 acres.
Wow.
Absolutely crazy to be able to get, that
Yeah.
kind of house. Had
Oh
a
yeah.
movie theater. It was
Yeah.
just really gorgeous home, for $750,000.
In the Bay Area, that would be a townhouse here. Um,
Wow.
yeah, we wouldn't have a single family residence for 750 unless you're like in, um, like a further out space
Right.
or something, maybe like 1,000 square feet, if that. Um,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So when I saw that for 750, I was like, whoa, look at all that space. Very cool. So tell us, what are the pros and cons of living in Nashville if someone's watching this and they're considering moving out there?
Oh gosh. Well, I've already hit on the no state income tax. I mean, that's got to be enough right there. But this
Yeah.
beautiful weather. If you could see, like, there's so many people out right now, just walking in this park, enjoying the day, just being in that atmosphere. You definitely, even with so many people coming from so many different states and areas, um, they just quickly adopt the Southern hospitality. That's real. It's not
Yeah.
just, of course, your idea of it may be slightly different, but just the friendliness, the kindness, people holding the door for people, and
Oh, so
talk.
refreshing.
Yeah, just talking to strangers. But we have, like I said, an exploding culinary scene. There's so many great food spots. And you have fine dining to just foodie type stuff, and everything in between. Um, all that you could ever want, and it's all just easily accessible, no matter where you live. Like I said, that house was about an hour and 15 minutes from Nashville, and it was 90 miles away. And you could
Mhm.
just get, that's just, traffic is not that bad. It really
Yeah,
isn't.
that's actually
And
good.
so everything's really accessible. And of course, I have to talk about our music scene. Everyone knows Nashville for country music, but there are so many great, like, indie pop artists and rock artists. Like, there's so many artists that are coming into Nashville, and so much talent. Because
Mhm.
you go out on Broadway, and that's the stereotypical, like, downtown Nashville honky
Yeah.
tonks. You are going to hear some very talented musicians and singers with country music, but you go right across the river in East Nashville, and you're going to be able to catch a rock show. You're going to be
Yeah.
able to catch some jazz music. There's just a lot of
A lot of diversity.
a lot of talented artists and musicians here, and everything is really opening back up this year. After all the COVID restrictions, which is
Okay.
definitely a lot of draw. To a lot of people. Most of your businesses are still being very cautious, um, but we're still getting back to business. For those that are comfortable with it.
Yeah, yeah. So pre-COVID, what are like some of the things that you guys would do? Like, were there festivals? Is there a lot of outdoor stuff? Like I'm a big fan of hiking, and so
Yes.
what are there things to do in Nashville? Let's say COVID was not around anymore. So what can people expect?
Yeah. Definitely lots of music festivals. You can. Um, we can take it back to pre-COVID, like you said, and the CMA Fest. I know that's country music festival, but there were more than just country music there,
Yeah.
and a lot of really talented people, and they would completely shut down part of downtown Nashville, and they
Wow.
would have stages set up all over all over downtown, and you would just get a list of times and bands or artist names, and you could just go and check out whichever one you wanted to, and just bounce around the city and hear those, and that was all free. Now the
Wow.
main event, of course, was in Nissan Stadium, where the Tennessee Titans play. And you did have to purchase tickets to those just like a normal concert at night. But during the day, you could bounce around from stage to stage and hear some really great music, and it's all free. Food trucks would be set up.
Yeah.
You could just make an entire day of it. Sevier Park, where I'm at in 12 South, they have a lot of like food festivals and things like that, where this park will be lined with food trucks. Of course, we're foodies, so everything that we do is going to be, it's going to gravitate
Food based.
around food. Oh yeah,
The cool thing
definitely,
is so my I love food.
definitely. It just, it brings people together, and but lots of hiking within a short drive as well. Radnor Lake is absolutely gorgeous. It's from the heart of downtown. You could probably get there in less than 20 minutes, and when the leaves change in the fall, it's absolutely breathtaking.
That's awesome.
So you have the outdoors, you have the food, you have the music, anything you really want to do, and of course there's lots of shopping and lots of boutiques here. It's home to Reese Witherspoon's shop and Kristen Cavallari. They're just that Nashville is really growing like crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sounds really fun.
Well, come on, you should visit.
Yeah, I know.
You should at least visit.
Well, maybe I'll try to help you find, the best burgers in town. That's my all right. So you talked about all the pros of living in Nashville. Are there any things that people should know about, so that when they move there, they're not like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have known about this, or
Yeah.
a bit of cons?
Well, just from my experience helping, other people move in from out of state, one thing that we have to be honest about is the bugs. We do have bugs. A lot of people, go for a screened-in back patio or a back deck, something like that. I really have just gotten used to it. But
what kind of are you talking about?
Nothing crazy. Mostly just like mosquitoes and things like that. But they're not typically out during the daytime. It's usually at dusk and at night.
Yeah.
And of course, you could always, have a fire, a fire pit going, and that the smoke keeps them away as well.
Yeah.
That's one of the big things. We do have, in the more rural areas, we do have snakes. That's something to be, aware of, especially, when you're out hiking.
Mm-hmm.
It does get cold, and in the winter times.
Okay.
But not bad. And then the humidity. I think a lot of people underestimate the humidity.
Is it like Texas, like Houston, or no? Is it Dallas? Gets really hot.
Well, my wife is from the Dallas area, and it does get hotter in Dallas, but it's more of a dry heat where there's definitely more humidity here, and it's just it's a bit thick, the air feels a bit thicker.
Okay. And how long does that last in the summer? Is it like, a couple months?
Yeah, 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months tops. It's worse during the end of summer, late July, August, early September.
Okay. Awesome.
We do have 4 seasons here.
Oh yeah.
Which I know a lot of people really love.
We used to have it here in California. Now we're just confused. I don't even know if we had winter here this year. It rained like 3 times. That's it. Very cool. All right. So the fun part. What are the places that you recommend people to go? So if someone was moving there or just visiting, what are the top places that you recommend them visiting? And I know you're a big foodie, so we could start out with like your favorite restaurants or whatnot.
Definitely. One of my favorite spots is Donut and Dog.
What
Donut and Dog.
Wow.
Yeah, so they have 20-hour brioche donuts and Kraft hot dogs. Yeah, and so they take their brioche donuts and they use the original ones. Of course, they have all these different flavors. Some of them are filled My favorite is a Southern Belle. Of course, it's, Nashville themed, but it's full of a peach jam and has brown butter glaze and topped with a pecan brittle. And
Wow.
it's very good. But they take their original donut, they call it the OG, and they use it as buns. So you can get a Nashville hot chicken sandwich with a donut bun, a burger with a donut bun. They have a donut grilled cheese. It's incredible. And they bring
That's
it.
really creative.
Yes, and when they bring it, they hang it on like this hook, and so over this tomato soup, and it like this, the cheese, of course, will just drip down into the soup, if
Oh,
you leave it.
wow. Yeah, I'm actually trying to look for a picture to see what it would look like.
It's really good.
That's crazy. Hold on. Let me take a look at this.
Yeah, that's some of their donuts.
Wow. That just looks amazing.
That's the Kraft hot dogs there on the right.
That's cool. So do they serve coffee as well?
They do. They have great coffee.
That's awesome. Very cool. All right. So how do I stop sharing this thing? That sounds really good. All right. So we have the donut and dog. What else you got?
Gosh, I don't even know where to begin. I would definitely go downtown. You've got to go down to Broadway and check it out. It's all the touristy stuff. I'm also going to say Hattie B's hot chicken. I know that's so like touristy, and I know most people do like the touristy stuff, but they're like, where would a local go? I avoided that place for so long because it was so like touristy seeming. Like it just seemed like that's, people coming into Nashville, they want to go and try Nashville hot chicken.
Yeah.
And so, of course, we're foodies. A lot of our social media content and everything is geared towards food. So during Nashville Hot Chicken Week, we went around to several of the restaurants that had special. They'll create a special dish for that week, and they created Hattie B's created these Dirty Bird fries, and they took like chicken nuggets and did Nashville hot chicken with the nuggets, and topped it over fries with pimento cheese and what they call comeback sauce and bacon. And it was like okay, like I've avoided this place because it's touristy, but like we've got to go and try those fries. And like I'm sold. Like it is no longer just a touristy place in my book. Like it is delicious. But
Yeah.
I could give you restaurant recommendations all day long, but definitely go downtown to Broadway. There's a pedestrian bridge. You've got to walk across that pedestrian bridge and just see the Nashville skyline. If you're into hiking, you definitely need to check out Radnor Lake. Just some great neighborhoods with, great restaurants and shopping. The 12 South area that I mentioned earlier, you can Google that and find where that is. That's the park that I'm in now. And there's so many great coffee shops and restaurants and boutiques down through there. You could really spend a lot of time, just exploring Nashville. Everyone has to go to the murals. You can Google those. There's in this 12 South neighborhood, there's an I Believe in Nashville mural that a lot of people like to get their picture in front of. But there's so many of these murals that are all around Nashville. A fun day of exploring Nashville would be just to locate all those murals and just kind of put them on a map and just go around, and you don't even have to get your picture with them, but just explore the areas around those murals. And those are going to be located in, some of the best parts and the more developed parts with shops, with restaurants, with coffee shops and all those things. So that would be, if someone wanted to just go without a guide, that would be a great place to start, is just to look at where those murals are and explore around those areas.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay, and so you are also doing a series called I don't even know what it's called. I just know that you guys are looking for the best burgers in town.
We're looking for the best burger in Nashville. There's so many burgers, and we've had so many burger recommendations, and some of them have let us down, and some of them have been just over the top good. And so we're just like, you know what? We really want to find the best burger.
Yeah, yeah. Any sneak peek is into like which ones have been the good places to go?
We're very early in the filming stage, but I will tell you that one of them we've already filmed at is actually a butcher shop. So what we're trying to do is we will go to the burger joints, but we want to find the places that aren't your burger joints and but have great burgers, because those are the hidden spots. Like those are the best ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is the ones that don't have burger in the name, and we want to find those. We want to be able to show them to people and say, you know, this is what this restaurant is all about. And so I'm really excited about that. It's definitely been fun going around and exploring these different restaurants and seeing all the different burgers that they have to offer. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick the best burger. Like, it's a lot of pressure, but I know it's going to be a lot of fun trying to find it.
Yeah, for sure. So where are you going to go live with this series? Is it going to be on YouTube? Are you going to post
It'll
it
be a
on
YouTube series.
Okay, very cool.
I'll
Awesome.
send you a link to our YouTube channel
Yeah.
after the interview if you want, that way you can post it. But
Okay.
yeah, it'll feed out. We'll do little promo snippets, of course, on Instagram. But the series itself will be on YouTube. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah, I can't wait to see it. That's so cool. Very cool, Tyler. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. And, it's nice to hear what's going on out there in Nashville and all the cool stuff. I kind of want to visit now.
Yes, come on. We'll show you the best spots.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. So if you're thinking about visiting or moving to Nashville, I've got a guy for you. Him and his wife are a team, and I'll put their information below. Definitely check out their YouTube channel. And thanks again for joining me, Tyler.
Thanks so much, Rose.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one.